So, folks, I'm your host, BKP. I have 5 minutes. Let me say something and see if I can put this into a circle of try to bring this show together that's been a little bit of everywhere. But, you know, I come in here and I say, am I really going to go in there again today and say Andy McCabe? Am I going to go in there and say that there's the former FBI director? Am I going to really go in there and say, folks, do we really need to tell you that between the 5-month window that there are missing text messages between Andy McCabe and Lisa Page, that Michael Flynn, former NSA Director General Flynn, was investigated by Peter Strzok by direction of Andy McCabe? Am I really going to go in and say that? Am I really going to go in and say that? And then I hear people like Joe Scarborough say that Ron Johnson is wearing tinfoil hat. Put the picture up. Ron Johnson, senator from Wisconsin, is wearing a tinfoil hat, and it's getting hard to tell the difference. That's what it was said this morning. It's getting hard to tell the difference between internet conspiracies, okay, and the GOP, the Republicans, some of the senators. So Ron Johnson comes out, and they're making fun of this. Their next angle is to make fun of you and I, to make fun of Fox News, to make fun of Lou Dobbs. That's the angle. And I'm thinking, should I really come out and say that this morning? Should I really come out and explain why Donald Trump asked Andy McCabe, who'd you vote for, when you and I already know, you viewers out there, you're intelligent, you're an intelligent group, you and I already know, okay, very clearly that there is a we all know that Terry McAuliffe, the former governor of Virginia, and Hillary Clinton fundraiser, $700,000, went to Jill McCabe, wife of Andy McCabe, that ran for state senate in Virginia as a Democrat. Well, I would ask too, who the hell did you vote for? And I wondered, should I come out and tell this again? I mean, it's just there. It's new, but there's nothing new here for some of us. We know this. We know Peter Strzok went from being lead investigator with Michael Flynn, okay, that to the mailroom. He's working in HR. If you pick up the phone at the FBI and call HR and say, hey, how many vacation days do I have left? Peter Strzok answers the phone, and that's not a joke. He didn't get fired. And then you hear people like Joe Scarborough making fun of it and saying, oh, the text messages between Peter Strzok and a friend. That was the quote, and a friend, which we know, no, they were lovers. I mean, okay, that's not the end of the world. If they're lovers, fine, they're lovers. But we know that, good. But they said friend. So you know they're writing it away. They don't want to say that. I wondered if I should come out and say any of that. But folks, we're going to have to on a daily basis, because like Lou Dobbs said, the Civil War is here. It is. It's the FBI. They're talking about us taking our highest law enforcement agencies to task. I'm telling you now, folks, we have to. We need to clean out the FBI and the Department of Justice. Something I want to say before I close. You watched Indiana, and you watched Angie's List, and you watched a religious liberty bill, and you watched people go crazy that they would pull out of Indiana, out of Indianapolis, corporations if the religious liberty bill. You heard up in North Carolina, the last governor was not reelected because of the bathroom bill, because he signed a bill, the governor of North Carolina, that said that you had to use, stay with me, that you had to use the bathroom that was reflected on your gender. So the governor of North Carolina wasn't reelected. You hear that these corporations would not come to Georgia if we had a religious liberty bill like Indiana and like Kentucky and so on and so forth. You have heard all of that. You have been led to believe that is true. But let me tell you something, folks. There's not a damn LGBT community that is going to turn down all of these tax incentives of these great states as a business. They're not rushing to Connecticut. They're not rushing to New Jersey. All I want to close with today is they will go where they get the best tax break for their business and they put the most money in their pocket. And if they happen to move to a state that says you have to use the bathroom identified as your gender identifies on your birth certificate, and they get a $50,000 tax break, they'll go to the men's room if that's what's required. It's all about the money. Quit believing what the media tells you. I'm your host, BKP. Oh, I told you a little bit about the show tomorrow. I know it's 10 o'clock, but here's what we're going to do tomorrow. Tomorrow, I'm going to talk about the lieutenant governor's race in Georgia. Tomorrow, we're going to talk about a story that's upcoming that's called, we did a story called Parents Angry Over the Fannin High School Athletic Program. We did a follow-up story. We're going to bring that to you tomorrow. And if memory serves me right, tomorrow is Thursday. And so we'll be right here at 8 a.m. I'm your host, BKP. Take us out of here, Amanda. Great job today.